What's going on, guys? It's Jimmy here. Welcome to our daily show where we discuss everything going on here in our country that you need to know about here on a daily basis. We got some major stuff going on here right now as well. They're still tallying the results here from the elections. Yeah, and still, in fact, Georgia might be going to a runoff race here to decide the Senate. That's right here. So we may not even know the fate of the Senate here, believe it or not. Yeah, so let's go over what we know here. Florida shifts from a previously swing state to now solid Republican. Solid Republican. Yeah, so pretty much everything in Florida now Republican, including Governor Ron DeSantis. Also, you can see here Governor Ron DeSantis won his governor reelection bid by a long shot. 1.5 million votes here by about 20%, almost 60% to 40%. Previously, it was much, much closer in the last time he was elected. This time he blew it out of the water. Yeah, so yeah. Also, you can see here Governor Greg Abbott also won by a long shot as well. 54%, basically about 54% to 44% over Beto O'Rourke. Also, Texas staying Republican pretty through and through. Ohio, Mike DeWine also won by a long shot, 15%. A lot of deep Republican states staying Republican here. South Carolina, Georgia, Alabama, Oklahoma, Arkansas, Tennessee, the South, all just deep, deep red here. Let me know your thoughts here on this. Some states, though, not determined yet, or still being counted. Arizona, one that's close here, currently by being held by a Democratic candidate, Katie Hobbs, in a very close race here, determined by a few thousand votes over Carrie Lake. New Mexico also determined by a Democratic governor, Michelle Grisham, over Republican candidate. Gavin Newsom won by a lot as well in California by 15%, almost 1 million votes there in California. That's was still being counted, but pretty much a long shot there. Pennsylvania went Democrat again. Remember that Governor Tom Wolf, who wanted the $2,000 stimulus checks, could not run again. He was term limited. All his terms were up, but Pennsylvania vote went Democrat here yet again. New York went Democrat again with Kathy Hochul by a pretty big amount there. Maine, Democrat Janet Mills, the incumbent. Vermont, Phil Scott, Republican, by a large amount, 72% to 21%. But they were still counting votes. I don't know why they were so far behind. Yeah, I don't know what they're doing there. New Hampshire, Republican with Chris Sununu. Massachusetts, they had flipped their governor there. Mara Healey now going Democrat. Still counting. Still counting. Rhode Island, Daniel McKee expected to win and stay the Democratic governor there. Connecticut, Ned Lamont expected to stay the Democratic governor there in Connecticut. New York, Kathy Hochul, yep. Maryland, a flip here with Wes Moore by a pretty big amount there, about 59% to 37% in Maryland. In Michigan, Gretchen Whitmer winning there again, 54% to 44%. winning by about 500,000 votes there. Wisconsin, Tony Evers, Democrat over Republican, 51% to 48%, pretty close there. Illinois, Governor J.B. Pritzker going to win again, Democrat. And Tennessee, Governor Bill Lee. Arkansas, Sarah Huckabee, Republican, 63% to 35. Minnesota here, Tim Walz, Democrats prevailing there. Iowa, Kim Reynolds, 58%, Republican winning there. Kansas, Laura Kelly, 49% to 47.5%. Pretty close there. She's a Democrat. South Dakota here, Kristi Noem, the incumbent, 62% there. Jim Pillen from Nebraska, Republican. Kansas, Laura Kelly, very close race there, Democrat. Oklahoma, Kevin Stitt, the incumbent, going to win there. Texas, Greg Abbott, pretty big win there. Michelle Grisham, we went over there. Colorado, Jairus Polis, the incumbent, going to have a big win there. Wyoming, Mark Gordon won by a landslide there. Really a low amount of votes there in Wyoming. Idaho, Brad Little, the incumbent, going to win there. Oregon, a very close race. I'm not sure if they can even call this one yet. Very close race there so far. Nevada, currently winning the Republican Joe Lombardo. He'll probably pull that one off. And Katie Hobbs and Kari Lake, very close one there in Arizona. 50 to almost 50-50, really there. Very close race. And in Alaska, incumbent Republican Mike Dunleavy winning massively. In Hawaii, Democrat governor will be governor here, Josh Green. Yeah, so let me know your thoughts here on this. Some states flipping, not a lot. Also, you can see here from Yahoo News and Business Insider, former President Donald Trump says, or Trump is, livid and screaming. Multiple outlets reporting this. Trump is livid and screaming his head off after disappointing midterm elections for the GOP. An advisor said. An advisor said this. Here's the details on this. Yeah, but former President Donald Trump is livid and screaming at everyone after the GOP midterm setbacks. A lot of people thought that Republicans would win more. They are currently expected to win the House. The Senate is still too close to call. One of his advisors told CNN, Trump had endorsed more than 330 candidates running for both state and federal offices. Despite the losses, Trump will probably announce his 2024 White House intentions, the advisor said. And that former President Donald Trump is livid and screaming at everyone after many Republican candidates backed by him underperformed in Tuesday's midterm elections, the advisor said. The advisor said, quote, candidates matter, and quote, they were all bad candidates. Trump is widely expected to launch his presidential run next week after he once again teased another bid for the White House and a big announcement planned for, it was either November 14th or November 15th at his Mar-a-Lago resort in Florida. I've seen both dates here. And that he will probably announce his 2024 intentions because, well, this is what the advisor said. It's too humiliating to delay. That's a quote. Trump has already lashed out at possible challengers that could face against him, including Florida Republican Governor Ron DeSantis. Fox News also lashed out with the, I guess, disappointing results for the Republicans who wanted to sweep everything. They still could. They still could. Here's what Fox News said. Fox News pundit Mark Thiessen said the Republican Party has some major soul searching to do following the 2022 midterm elections. He said in commentary on Wednesday that it was an indictment of the GOP to not have done better given the headwinds faced by the Democrats in this election. Quote, there is a broader issue, and think about this. We have the worst inflation in 4 decades, the worst collapse in real wages in 40 years, the worst crime wave since the 1990s, the worst border crisis in the US history. We have Joe Biden, who is the least popular president since Harry Truman, since presidential polling happened, and there wasn't a red wave. Quote, that is a searing indictment of the Republican Party. That is a searing indictment of the message that we have been sending to the voters. They looked at all that and looked at the Republican alternative and said, no thanks. Thiessen continued on Fox News and said the GOP needs to do a really deep introspection look into the mirror right now because this is an absolute disaster for the Republican Party and we need to turn back. But I mean, on the other hand, we're seeing headlines like the entire state of Florida shift to a swing state completely from a swing state to Republican, and that the Republicans are probably going to at least take over the House. I mean, we still don't quite know yet. Um, I mean, we're getting close here, but and the Senate, well, we'll see here on that. But I mean, let me know your thoughts on this. Do you think, of course, this really depends on your party, whether you're Republican or you're Democrat, you may be happy, you may not. And this is all going to play out here over the next 2 years. But yeah, I mean, this is kind of how things go here, right? When Republicans controlled the House, the Senate, and the presidency back in 2016 and 2017, and then we had the next election, they lost. They lost a lot of stuff there. And that's when they passed the 2017 Trump tax cuts through the reconciliation process. It's just history just kind of shows that it's hard to retain control of everything for a long time. It's just kind of it's hard because the problem really kind of shows it's just unless things are going really good, um, Americans tend to blame things on the party that's there, whether right or wrong, nor here nor there. Um, it's just kind of happens with the party in power. It just doesn't tend to stay there long. So yeah, you can let me know your thoughts on this. Um, but yeah, what do you think is going to happen here going forward? And meanwhile, remember here that I mean, you can see the headline here: inflation is the top worry for the G20 countries here, pretty much around the world here right now. Inflation, the top concern all around the world, all around the world. Remember that inflation, the average in Europe right now is around 11%. The last inflation reading we had here in the United States was 8.2%. A lot of countries in Europe averaging 11%. Some countries actually had, I think it was 16%. Yeah, you can see this headline here. Inflation isn't going anywhere. Just look at the latest data from Europe. Yeah, inflation in Germany, Europe's biggest economy, shot up to 11.6%. Remember, ours is 8.2%. Yeah, it even says it right here. U.S. consumer inflation by comparison was 8.2%. Remember, the COLA cost of living adjustment is going to be 8.7% for seniors and Social Security because it goes off a different index. But the overall U.S. inflation reading for September was 8.2%. We don't know the October reading here yet. But Germany, Europe's biggest economy, was 11.6%. Okay. Italy, 12.8%. I mean, that's about 50% higher because you take 50% of 8.2% would be adding another 4.1% on. So you add 4.1% to 8.2, and that would be 12.3%. They're at 12.8%. So Italy's inflation is over 50% higher than us. And Germany is almost 50% higher than us. Just to kind of give you guys, and it really doesn't matter because I'm just kind of showing you guys this stuff. It's the midterm elections are over. So it's not like I'm trying to sway your votes or anything like that. I'm just showing you guys this stuff so you're aware of this stuff. But this is stuff that's going on here all around the world here. France doing slightly better than us, but still 7.1% here. But I think the average in Europe is around 10 or 11% here. You know, you'd have to figure it out every single country in Europe, but we're at 8.2%. If we were at 11 or 12%, you would think, hey, 8% is really not that bad because 12.3%, this is 12.8%, 12.3% is actually 50% higher. So imagine if inflation was 50% higher than we're experiencing right now. And that's exactly what is happening in countries in Europe right now. Right now. So that's what a lot of people don't realize. Obviously, the elections are already over. So I'm just letting you guys know this because this is what is going on here all around the world. Gas prices high all around the world. And honestly, this is going to be something that takes some time. This is going to be something that it's definitely going to go until the end of the year, but easily this is going to go into 2023. This is something we hope can be solved by the end of 2023. But you know, the sad part of it is that the Fed has cranked up interest rates really high and is probably going to raise them even more. So it's really hurting a lot of people even more so. People with credit card balances, people going to buy homes, people that go to buy cars, whether it's a used car or a new car, people that go to get personal loans. Anybody that's borrowing money in any capacity may be paying higher interest rates. Anybody with credit card debt is paying more money on their credit card interest. So this is really it's tough on a lot of people, and it's just really kind of showing the need for uh, more support for people that are struggling right now. So let me know your thoughts here in the comments. In fact, I'll link you to the video here I just did. We're going to be giving away kind of turkey dinners or turkeys to a lot of people here. Really cash, actually. I'll link you to the video here so you can watch and see how it works here. We've already got a really great response from our community on how it's going to work here. I'll link you to that video here right now so you can watch it. So make sure to subscribe down below to our YouTube channel if you haven't yet. It's completely free to do so. Just click the subscribe button, then the bell icon that appears, and we're going to be doing this on a daily basis. So yeah, you don't want to miss out on new videos. New videos come out here every day at 10 a.m., 3 p.m., and 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So remember those times here. Tune in at those times, and you'll be able to see the new videos that we do this in here. So I'll link you to the video here so you can watch and see how it works. Don't forget to like and share these videos as well. You can click here to watch my newest video next. And here is the video with the giveaway video on how it works and how we're going to be giving away this money here. So there's the first video on. You definitely want to watch that video next. So click on one of those videos. Thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you in the next video.